Hey guys, I'm just a girl, and today we are taking a look at a speed build renovation in The Sims 4 for the video that I put out a little bit ago where I did the 10-minute build challenge. So this is the build that I got out of that challenge, and as you can see, I'm just going right to town on those windows because I absolutely hated those. And then I'm right now coloring the foundation and the roofing, trying to find a new color for the outside because I thought the green siding was just pretty plain. And I think I go for like a stone siding combo, which I really like to do in my builds. And then just placing some columns there to like show a natural divide within like the different wall textures. And of course adding all the build mode cheats that I forgot to add, like move objects. I literally cannot build without move objects now. So whenever I do any kind of build, I like to just kind of place a bunch of windows on the outside, and then once I do that, I go inside and move them around and replace them, just because I know, and like personally for me, I like for the outside to look really nice from all angles, even though houses aren't really like that in real life. But if I need to make it look better for a room, then I'll move the windows around. Just not really for the front of the house though. Like as you could see right there where I had the two windows in the bedroom and then the giant one in the bathroom, which you normally wouldn't see in a bathroom, but I just really like the way that it looks from the outside of the house, so I decided to leave it that way. So I think once the outside of the house starts to look fine, I move on to the landscaping. Yeah, and I really love always just placing like these super big shrubs in front of the house because they take up so much space and they look like they don't look natural. It looks more like your Sims like put them as a garden. And I just really like that look of like the Sims tending to the yard themselves. You know, that would actually be really cool if like your Sims could mow their own grass, or because we have like a lot of outdoor activities already, but we don't really see like growth in the grass that's on the lot. And I think it would be really cool if like how with seasons you don't have to, but you can rake the leaves. So maybe if like in the summer you could mow the grass or it just looked like super long and gross if you didn't, that would be pretty cool. And then right here I was just trying to figure out like a way to get a backyard and then like a path to go around the house. I don't normally do a lot of backyards, or at least I didn't when I first started playing The Sims. Like I didn't care that much about the outside of the house, it was more so just like the inside. But after having dogs and living in various apartments, I understand now why it's so important to have a yard. Even just if you don't have dogs, if you have kids, it's really nice to have a yard for them to be able to play in. So I was just building like a connecting path because I know sometimes like you want to use the back entrance instead, or if you have like in real life, if you have like stuff being brought to your house, like a mattress or something, maybe it won't fit through the front door, but it'll fit through the back door. I don't know. Just some realism here. And so once I had like the layout of the path, I decided to go to work getting some trees that are from the world around this lot. I think this is in Willow Creek. And then just like putting some trees in the front yard and the backyard, sizing them down so they have some variation in them. When I first started playing The Sims 4, I didn't know about like sizing down or being able to like alt place anything or move objects. And then after watching like a bunch of Sims YouTubers and streamers and everything, I started to learn like all these really handy tricks, and not really cheats, but like things that would just make my builds better. And then just of course watching other people build gives you ideas on like how to structure your builds. Whenever I do landscaping, I usually like to do trees and then grass and flowers around those trees and have those be like the specifically landscaped areas, as you can see right now. And then, of course, having like the bushes in front of the windows, like right there, I like to put the same kind of foliage that's seen around the trees. I feel like it gives it a look that is somewhat kept together and maintained, but also when you have the wild grass and wild flowers around the trees, it looks a little more rugged and natural, like to the plants that are at the side of the house off the lot. So it just kind of makes it blend into the environment a little bit better. And I really love just bringing plants right up to the edge of any like pathing terrain paint. And then of course the finishing touch for any kind of planted area is to go in with some soil. And then I like to go in with that grass shade that has the little flowers in it just to make it blend into the other grass of the environment. So you'll see me like testing a couple different dirts there to see which one I like the best. Just giving some variation to the foliage on the lot. And then I was feeling like the area in front was looking a little bit bland. So I decided to add in like some different plants that looked like they could have been specifically planted by the Sims that live here. I didn't have any Sims in mind when I went into this renovation. I figured at least 2, because when I made the original build, it was just a 1-bedroom because I ran out of time. It's definitely big enough for a 2-bedroom, and that's what I ultimately go with. I go with like a parent's bedroom and a kid's bedroom. But in the parent's bedroom, I feel like it could be a single mom, because in my head, once I place an easel in the living room, I've had this artistic sim in mind, and I put like some pop art in the bedroom. I thought maybe that could be like her art, and it was just very like pink and full of her art in there, so I thought maybe she'd be a single mom. And then the kids' bedroom is just kind of gender neutral. And to fill that space right there, I didn't want to overdo it with the landscaping. So I thought since I was going to try to have a kid's bedroom, I would do a little swing set. So I think the front of the house is starting to look pretty good, and then I was feeling like this area walking around the house was pretty bland. So I go in with some different hedges and just like some more terrain paint just to fill the space up a little bit. Now the thing about this house is, I mean, we're only about 8.5 minutes into this speeded up recording, and this recording's like 3 times the original speed. When I did the 10-minute build challenge, obviously I only had 10 minutes to do it and it was terrible. But this build renovation, I think, took me about an hour and a half between just trying to find things that I liked, but also that were pretty neutral and that just kind of kept the original vibe of the house that I was going for when I originally built it in the 10-minute challenge. So at the back, I was thinking it would be nice to have some planters on the porch there. In a minute, I moved them to the other side to be able to fit just like a little outdoor couch. But I always like just adding little planters and things like that. Then I thought I would add some monkey bars for the kid, but I figured out there wasn't enough space. I even tried like extending the porch to fit a hot tub or something, because I felt like the backyard was pretty plain. But at the end, towards the end of the build, I actually go back and add in like a grill and an outdoor table to sit at, which I think turned out really nice. So there's the outdoor couch. And I soon realized that you can't place things on those little stones, so I actually went and looked for a real table. A lot of the end tables I don't really like because I feel like they're so large compared to the couches, compared to the Sims. That tiny living one is like the perfect size, but some of the end tables are just massive and I hate them. And I think that one looks really good in the corner like that. And then I was trying to search for like a nice plant. And I really like using this rug as an outdoor rug. I think that's from the Laundry Day stuff pack, which was a fan voted stuff pack. But that was before I really followed like pack development or followed a bunch of Sims YouTubers. So I didn't, when Laundry Day came out, like I had no idea it was like a fan voted pack or anything. I didn't do any of the votes on it. When they were talking about Nifty Knitting, I did those votes and participated in that. Some of the objects that I voted for actually made it in, so that was pretty cool. And then I was looking into the dreaded inside of the house. So I was trying to figure out how to make it into 2 bedrooms and maybe like 1.5 baths. Just kind of like moving things around, trying to keep some of the original placement for rooms, which I do keep the kitchen in the same area, the bedroom in the same area, and the living room in the same area, just sort of like decreasing the size of the kitchen to make that extra bedroom. And I tried at first to fit a double bed, but then I just decided that the kid would be fine with a single bed. I think it's more along the lines of a children's room anyway. Sometimes I like to give my teens double beds. So for the kitchen, instead of making it like one long wall, I thought it would be nice to have like a little nook right there, sort of a U shape. And then with the window, I really wanted to have like a different window over the kitchen. I think it ends up changing a little bit, I'm not sure. So yeah, here's where I was trying to fit in some more windows because I thought that right there would be a good place for the dining table. I was just really struggling with these windows, trying to make them look decent outside but also inside. And I think I just decided on one window by itself at the end there. And then looking for just like a normal plain dining table. Just smushing it into the corner there. And I really thought that the corner of that room was quite harsh, so I took it in and added a doorway for easier access. And then I was trying to figure out what to do with the bedroom sizes because they looked a little bit wonky. So I thought that the kids' room could just be a little bit smaller so that the adult bedroom could be larger and a more neutral, like structured size. And at this point, I was just looking around to see what room I wanted to do next. Because sometimes I'll like do part of a room and then move on to another. So I went back to the kitchen and was trying to find a good curtain to fit over that window, which was very difficult. And I settle on this one that doesn't quite sit correctly on the window, but I decided it looks okay from the front, so I just kind of leave it. I do wish that you could drag it down a little bit further so it would sit closer to the top of the window, but it gives enough coverage, I suppose. And then I was just looking for like little kitchen things to sit on top of the counters, like the paper towels and the little dish rack, and then a plant for the end there, just to make the space look a little more lived in. And for the tile or stone that it's going down, it's the same stone as the outside. I usually tend to like to do that. If I put stone or brick on the outside of a house, I'll carry it into some of the inside spaces. And just looking for curtains to fit this window, which I really liked these ones. I think these are from like the Vintage Glamour pack. And looking for a rug, just the finishing touches. I thought that one was a little bit too big. Oh, and then I decided to go for some tile to add a little bit of color, just like a nice light blue there. And using that window shopping fencing, I really love to do that between kitchens and dining rooms, just like that, so they look like separated rooms, but everything like blends in together really nicely. Then I wanted to do like some kind of backsplash, so I decided to just go on with full mirrors right there. And then I wanted to fit a plant in the corner there, but then I remembered I need a trash can, so that's what I put in the corner. And in the 10-minute build, I did forget a trash can, so I didn't want to do that again. Then I was just looking for things to decorate the living room with, or the dining room, sorry. Like a plant and some paintings on the wall, a nice light. Just to tie everything together and make it look fully decorated. Because that's something that you can't really do in those 10-minute build challenges, is you can't really decorate very much unless you're a really good builder and you know where stuff is in the catalog. I struggled so hard to find stuff. I think because I had like the debug items menu open, and I have a lot of like random custom content that I'll download and not like and forget to get rid of. So I had to like sort through all that stuff on top of not really knowing where everything is in the catalog. And for the bathrooms, I just took this stone. And for the half bath, I used the same stone, but a different swatch. It's like a greenish, and the other one's gray. Then using like the same toilet and sink. That's really all you need in a half bath. And a little plant in the corner. I think I go for some bamboo, just because it sits really nicely in the corner out of the way. Then I had to change the mirror because that one is so small. I hate it. And I was just trying to look around to see what else I can put into the space by all the doors right there, because it is like a sort of a little hallway, and I wanted like some plants or mirrors or something to just sit there so it's not just doors. So I go with that mirror, and then some plants, like one of the season's planters, and a painting on the wall. Then eventually I put a rug down right there too, and that really just pulls the whole space together. Oh, and I definitely made sure to get the saucer lights into this build. As you can see, I struggled to find those during the 10-minute build, and it was so funny because they were literally right in front of my face, and I had no idea because I just kept panicking and scrolling through the catalog looking for the saucer lights, and I could not find them. And so in the living room, I thought that a fireplace would be really nice, and then like with the furniture, I wanted to bring in some color, so I did like the mint green. I thought it looked really nice with the plants. And the TV up on the fireplace, which I had to alt place and then press the 9 and 0 keys to lift it up to sit onto the fireplace because it doesn't have like a shelf space in its coating. And then I was looking for things to place in the corners, like the bookshelf, and then I think this is also when I placed the art easel. Then I start thinking, oh yeah, there could be an artist that lives here. I really liked the blue, how it tied in with like the lamps and the mint green. Then I wanted some rugs on the outsides of the doors and the insides because I do that at my own, like whenever I live somewhere, I do outside and inside rugs right at the doors. Just because there's a lot of dirt coming in and out of your house. And I just wanted like another skill building object, so I went for a chess table. I had a hard time figuring out where to place it, so then I just thought I would place it in the corner there. and I thought it looked a little bit weird, so I kind of just shove it further back. It's not functional on that one side, but I just thought it looked better, so I just left it like that anyway. And then I really wanted to fit a desk, and I thought that was the perfect space right there, so I just go do that, some neutral black colors to fit the theme of the house, and then I add pops of color with the plant and tissue box, and then move on to look for a coffee table because I realized I forgot it. Just a simple black one, and then I look for little pieces of decor to add pops of color to that. And I love this next object from, I think it's from Parenthood, that holds like magazines and stuff. I'm always putting those on my coffee tables. It just looks so good. So there's the rug I was talking about earlier. And then I was looking for like a nice light, but then I decided to just go with a ceiling fan. I wanted to fit a range hood over the stove, but it just looked really awkward with that curtain that I picked there, so I just left it because it's The Sims and they don't really need to let steam from their boiling pasta be taken out of the room. Not like real life. So at this point, everything out there in the main room's looking pretty good. I do a feature wall back there with the columns to separate it from the regular wall, and then I move on to the bedrooms, looking for a different colored wall for the kids' room, something a little neutral, and taking out the filler furniture because I didn't want to use that bed. I was just sitting it in there for the time being. I really like the tiny living bed. I think it's really nice. So I go with like a nice creamy wall color, like a pale yellow. I think that's a really nice color, and it goes well with the bedding. Then I need a cute little soccer lamp because why not? You know, the kid could be sporty, the mom could be artistic, and the kid could be sporty. Or the kid could also be artistic and sporty. So I was just looking for the basic furniture like the table and a little dresser and some kids stuff like that chest for toys. And then I just wanted some decor up on the walls. I thought this kid would have like a lot of stuff going on in their room, but nothing too crazy. So I did the little like kids mess there with jersey and books and socks. I think it's really cute and it goes really well in kids' rooms. And some books. And then I put some stuff on the walls, like some posters that kids would have. And changing a couple of them around just for some more diversity. And the little robot thing. And then I needed something for over the bed. So I was thinking, like, since the mom might be artistic, that there could be a painting that she could have painted for the kid, and then they could put it over their bed. So yeah, I was really looking for just some kind of artwork that would blend in with it, and I really like this painting from City Living, so I just sized it down so it didn't look absolutely ridiculous on their tiny wall. And oh, and then I added the nightlight so they wouldn't be afraid of monsters. Alright, so moving on to the parents' bedroom, I wanted just a nice deep pink purple color. I think I keep that same bed just because it's pretty neutral and it has some light pink tones in it. Oh, and quickly adding a rug to the kids' room because I did forget that. As I was trying to find a rug for this room, I realized how like oddly laid out it is, but I didn't want the bed like pushed up against any of the windows. I usually like to keep beds against plain walls. So then I was looking for some artwork to go up, and I was keeping it pretty neutral at first. Towards the end of doing the room is when I kind of make everything like pop arty, and like this mother would have painted them herself and kept them in her room, like maybe they're her favorite pieces. So you'll see that in a minute after I'm searching and searching for a curtain to fit this window. a curtain that I like that also fits it, which was very difficult. We really do need some more curtains in the game. I was thinking of just leaving it like that. I think I do leave it like that, actually. But I go back in and change it a little, I think after I finished recording. So I was just getting like a dresser and a standing mirror, since I couldn't put a mirror on the wall behind the dresser like I typically would. Just some flowers and makeup, little decor things to fill up the space. Then I just wanted another little plant in the corner there. And then this is where I started looking for some more wall art, and I sort of changed like the vibe of the art in the room. So I wanted to use this leaf painting because I thought the colors worked really well with the room and were really dramatic when the rest of the room was pretty plain. So I thought, oh, well, let's just go with like some more pop art to bring out some color in the room. So yeah, that's what I went with. And then that is just about the end of the build. I think all I really do after this is add, trash can, outdoor trash can, and a table to eat at. And the grill. With some, like, a little more landscaping around the table. And so I'll cut to the finished product of the house towards the end of the video so you can see it from the outside. But other than that, I would like to thank you guys so much for watching this speed build, and if you would please leave a like or a comment or subscribe just to let me know that you support my channel, that would mean so much to me. And I can't wait to see you in another video. Bye!